A smart woman is not defined only by what she knows. She is defined by how she thinks, how she responds, what she tolerates, and what she chooses to walk away from. Life will test your patience, people will test your boundaries, difficult moments will test your strength, but a wise woman understands that she does not have to react to everything. She does not have to explain every decision, chase every person, or fight every battle. Her power comes from clarity. She learns to protect her peace, trust her instincts, control her emotions, and invest her energy wisely. She understands that being kind does not mean being weak, being silent does not mean being powerless, and walking away does not mean losing. The smartest women follow certain principles, not because they believe they are better than others, but because they understand the value of their time, energy, and inner peace. Today, we will explore 6 powerful rules that can help any woman become stronger, wiser, calmer, and more confident. Listen carefully. One of these rules may be exactly what you need to remember today. A smart woman understands that there is a clear difference between making an effort and chasing something that does not want to stay. She can love deeply, care sincerely, and give her best to the people and things that matter to her. But she also knows when to stop. She does not spend her entire life trying to convince someone to recognize her value. Many people lose their peace because they continue chasing attention, love, approval, or acceptance. They believe that if they try harder, give more, or prove themselves enough, the other person will finally change. But a wise woman understands that real respect should not have to be begged for. You should never have to repeatedly remind someone of your worth. This does not mean that every relationship will be easy. Every meaningful connection requires effort, patience, and understanding, but effort should come from both sides. If you are always the one calling, apologizing, explaining, sacrificing, and trying to hold everything together, it is time to ask yourself an important question. Why am I fighting so hard for something that is not fighting for me? A smart woman learns to pay attention to actions. She stops chasing people who continuously make her feel unwanted. She stops seeking approval from those who are determined to misunderstand her. She realizes that her energy is valuable and she becomes more careful about where she gives it. Walking away is not always easy. Sometimes you still care. Sometimes you still hope that things will change. But self-respect means understanding that you cannot force someone to value you, love you, or choose you. The moment you stop chasing what does not choose you, something powerful begins to happen. You start returning your energy to yourself. Instead of asking why someone does not see your worth, you begin building a life where you remember it, focus on your growth, protect your peace, strengthen your mind. The right people will not require you to lose yourself just to keep them. The right opportunities will not demand that you abandon your dignity. Never chase what repeatedly runs away from you. Sometimes the strongest thing a woman can do is stop running, stand still, and choose herself. A smart woman understands that peace is one of the most valuable things she can possess. Money can be earned again, opportunities can return, people can come and go. But when your mind is constantly filled with stress, drama, confusion, and negativity, even the most beautiful parts of life can begin to feel heavy. That is why she learns to protect her peace. She does not feel obligated to respond to every message, defend herself against every accusation, or participate in every argument. She understands that not every situation deserves her energy. Sometimes The greatest response is no response at all. There will always be people who bring unnecessary drama into your life. Some people complain constantly, some create conflict wherever they go, others try to provoke you simply to get a reaction. But a smart woman learns that she does not have to enter every battle she is invited into. She asks herself, is this worth disturbing my peace? If the answer is no, she learns to let it go. Protecting your peace also means becoming careful about the people you allow close to you. Pay attention to how people make you feel. Do you constantly feel exhausted after talking to them? Do they create confusion, guilt, or stress? Do you feel like you must always explain yourself or walk carefully around them? Not everyone deserves unlimited access to your life. A smart woman understands that boundaries are not selfish. Saying no is not rude. Taking time for yourself is not wrong. Creating distance from negativity is sometimes necessary for your growth. You cannot build a peaceful life while constantly allowing chaos to enter your mind. Learn to protect your mornings from negative thoughts. Protect your time from people who waste it. Protect your heart from relationships that continuously hurt you. Peace does not mean avoiding every problem. It means choosing which problems deserve your attention and which ones should be released. Sometimes losing certain people is not a loss at all. Sometimes it is the beginning of a better chapter. You do not need a life filled with noise to feel important. You do not need drama to feel alive. Choose calmness. Choose clarity. Choose distance when necessary, because at the end of the day, a peaceful mind is one of the greatest forms of wealth, and a smart woman knows exactly how to protect it. A smart woman understands that emotions are powerful, but she also knows that allowing every emotion to control her actions can create unnecessary problems. She feels deeply, but she does not allow temporary anger, sadness, frustration, or disappointment to make permanent decisions for her. Anyone can react immediately. Anyone can say something hurtful when angry. Anyone can make a decision while overwhelmed. But true strength is found in the ability to pause. When someone tries to provoke her, she does not always give them the reaction they expect. When she feels angry, she gives herself time to calm down before speaking. When she feels hurt, she does not immediately destroy everything around her. She understands that a few moments of silence can prevent years of regret. A smart woman creates space between what happens to her and how she responds. That space is where her power lives. She learns to breathe before reacting. She learns to think before speaking. She learns that she does not have to answer every message immediately or solve every problem at the exact moment it appears. Sometimes the best decision is to wait until your mind is calm. Your emotions are not your enemy. They are signals. They can tell you when something hurts, when a boundary has been crossed, or when a situation needs attention. But emotions should guide your awareness, not completely control your behavior. When you allow other people to control your emotions, you give them power over your peace. If someone can make you angry whenever they want, upset you with a few words, or force you into reacting without thinking, then they can influence your actions. That is why emotional discipline is so important. A calm woman is not a woman who feels nothing. She is a woman who has learned how to feel without losing control of herself. She knows that silence can sometimes be wiser than an argument. She knows that walking away can sometimes be stronger than proving a point. She knows that responding later can be better than reacting now. The next time life tests your emotions, Pause before you respond. Ask yourself, will this reaction help me, or will it only create another problem? You cannot always control what happens around you, but you can learn to control what happens within you. And when you master your emotions, you become much harder for the world to control. A smart woman understands that not everything in her life needs to be shared with everyone. She learns the value of privacy and realizes that keeping certain parts of her life protected is not about being secretive. It is about being wise. Not everyone who asks about your life truly cares about your happiness. Some people are simply curious. Some want information to discuss with others. Some may even smile at you while quietly hoping that your plans fail. This is why a smart woman becomes careful about who she allows into her personal world. She does not announce every goal before it is achieved. She does not share every problem while she is still trying to understand it. She does not feel the need to explain every decision she makes. Instead, she learns to move quietly. There is power in allowing your actions to speak for you. When you constantly tell everyone about your plans, you may begin to receive too many opinions. One person tells you to go left, another tells you to go right, and soon you may lose connection with your own inner voice. A smart woman listens to advice, but she does not allow everyone to control her direction. Some dreams need silence while they are growing. Some relationships need privacy while they are becoming stronger. Some personal struggles need space while you are healing. You do not owe the world a complete explanation of who you are, where you are going, or what you are building. The people who truly care about you will respect your boundaries, while those who demand access to every part of your life may not understand the value of privacy. A smart woman knows that being private does not mean being lonely. It means choosing carefully who gets access to her thoughts, her heart, and her future. She can smile without explaining everything she has survived. She can work quietly without announcing every achievement she hopes to reach. She can make changes without asking everyone for permission. Not every chapter of your life needs an audience. Learn to protect your plans before they become reality. Protect your peace from unnecessary opinions. Protect your personal life from people who have not earned your trust. Speak when it is necessary. Share with those who are genuine. But remember that silence can also be a form of strength. The less you feel the need to prove, explain, and announce, the more freedom you begin to feel. Move quietly, grow privately, and let your results make the noise. A smart woman learns very early that words can be beautiful, but actions reveal the truth. Anyone can make promises. Anyone can say, I care about you, I will change, or I will always be there. But words mean very little when they are not supported by consistent behavior. This is why she pays attention. She does not judge people by one conversation or one impressive promise. She watches patterns. She observes how someone behaves when things become difficult, when they are frustrated, when nobody is watching, and when they have nothing to gain. Because character is revealed through consistency. If someone tells you they respect you, but repeatedly crosses your boundaries, believe what their behavior is showing you. If someone says they value your presence but only contacts you when they need something, pay attention. If someone keeps promising to change but continues repeating the same behavior, stop listening only to what they say. You do not need to become suspicious of everyone. You simply need to become observant. A wise woman does not spend her energy trying to convince herself that someone's actions are different from what they clearly are. She accepts reality even when reality is disappointing. This is especially important in relationships. Never fall in love only with someone's potential while ignoring their present behavior. You cannot build a peaceful future with the person you hope someone will become. You must look at who they consistently to be today. The same principle applies to yourself. If you tell yourself that you want a better life, your actions should slowly begin to reflect that desire. If you say you want confidence, start keeping promises to yourself. If you want peace, create boundaries. If you want growth, develop habits that support the person you are becoming. Your actions become evidence of your priorities. Words can inspire you, but actions transform you. So stop focusing only on what people say and start noticing what they repeatedly do. Give less attention to promises and more attention to consistency. Give less importance to impressive words and more importance to genuine effort. You do not need to argue with someone to prove that their behavior is wrong. You simply need to observe, understand, and make your decision. A smart woman does not ignore red flags just because the words sound beautiful. She listens carefully, watches quietly, and lets consistent actions reveal the truth. A smart woman understands that sometimes the strongest decision she can make is to walk away. Not because she is weak, not because she has stopped caring, and not because she wants to punish anyone, but because she finally understands that protecting herself is also a form of strength. There are moments when you have explained yourself enough. You have given chances, offered forgiveness, waited patiently, and tried to make things work. But if the same pain continues repeating itself, you have to recognize when the lesson is no longer about staying. Sometimes the lesson is about leaving. Walking away can be difficult because familiarity often feels safer than uncertainty. You may know that a situation is hurting you, yet still feel afraid of what comes next. You may miss someone even after realizing they are not good for your peace. You may remember the good moments and wonder if things could somehow return to the way they once were. But a smart woman learns to separate memories from reality. You can appreciate what someone once meant to you without allowing them to continue damaging your present. You can love someone and still choose distance. You can forgive someone without giving them the same access to your life again. Forgiveness does not require you to return to the same environment that hurt you. Sometimes walking away means accepting that you cannot change another person. You cannot force someone to respect you. You cannot make someone become emotionally mature. You cannot build a healthy relationship alone. And when you finally accept this, you stop wasting energy trying to control what was never yours to control. Do not keep reopening doors that repeatedly lead you back to the same pain. Do not return simply because you are lonely. Loneliness is temporary, but staying somewhere that destroys your confidence can create a much deeper wound. Walking away does not require anger. You do not need to create a scene. You do not need to announce your departure. You do not need everyone to understand your decision. Sometimes you simply become quiet, step back, and continue your life. Your future deserves space to grow, and sometimes that space only appears when you finally release what no longer belongs in your life. So if something continuously steals your peace, weakens your confidence, and makes you abandon yourself, have the courage to let it go. Walk away with dignity. Take the lesson with you, leave the pain behind, and keep moving forward. You are not losing yourself by leaving. You are finally choosing yourself.